we've already stained the front of the cabin, but before you stain, you need to wash it with a special log wash. It helps to kind of, it takes away dirt and debris, and then it also helps to kind of restore a little bit back to the original color. This has been out in the sun, exposed, and so it's gotten orange a little bit. So just the wash alone won't bring it back to its full state, but it will clean it up. I find, because we've already done the front of the cabin, we've washed it and we've stained it. We're just waiting now because we can't put a top coat on in full sun, and the front of the house has full sun. So we're going to put the top coat on after we've washed, because the sun won't be hitting the cabin anymore. But now this back of the house is in full shade, and so we're going to wash it. First, you need to wet the entire cabin, and then you need to go in with like a car wash type of brush and wash it all down. Let it sit for about 10-15 minutes, and then rinse it all off. So we had a little bit of trouble with the front of the cabin because we had so much graying on the bottom. There is a little bit of difference on the front, but it will be well hidden with roof for the front porch. Plus, we still have to cut the openings for the windows a little bit bigger. So parts that are a little bit patchy, it will be well hidden. So the back is a little bit more uniform than the front of the house, because there's equal weathering, where the front of the house didn't have equal weathering. So it was only the front that has that issue. So we did the hardest first. But what we're going to do now is just prep and get ready so we could wash so that we can stain this on Tuesday. So this is the product that we're using. It's a liquid concentrate for cleaning logs and conditioning the wood surfaces. So this is what we are using today. We've already got a bucket full of water and we've already added the product. There we go.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through and through. No limit to what we can do.
It is a beautiful day though.
Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
about the log wash is that once you apply it, you should, within 7 days, stain it. So I was happy with the product on the front of the house for the most part. We messed up in a couple areas because we went ahead and scrubbed a few areas, which made it lighter. Thankfully, in the areas we did that to, again, the doors got to be cut to length or to dimension.
Yeah, one thing I would
and the
say
windows.
is keep in mind one thing: if you do scrub or sand or whatever, it opens up the wood grain differently.
Yeah.
So whatever you do to one spot, you got to kind of do the other, otherwise you're in for trying to get it to blend.
I'm thankful that the areas that are off a little bit will be hidden either by windows, shutters, door frame, or a porch roof. It's not horrible, but our imperfections aren't that bad.
Actually, I think it's one of those things where if you do the work, you notice everything.
Yes, you do.
We know every little detail that went wrong.
Yep.
And so you always see it, but nobody else does. All right, she's covered. Now we just gotta wait 15 minutes. Let the chemicals do the work. And rinse her off.
It's not as bad as the first time we did it though. In the front. You can't even sit down and take a union break, can you?
Normally I sit down, the back end goes out. It didn't do it that time. Just stuck me in a bucket.
So did you bring me a chair or?
I thought we'd share.
Oh, looks like it's serving us well.
Come have a seat.
So it's been 15 minutes and we're gonna spray. Ready? Oh, sorry. Go. You'll start to see it dry up by tonight, but it won't be fully dry until tomorrow. So you guys can see, this is what not washing looks like. That's what it looks like washed, but wait till it's dry.
Mike and I visited a log cabin supply store fairly close to our location, and we chose to go with products specifically made for log homes. The product we went with is called Lifeline Ultra 7. It only requires 1 coat of stain and 1 coat of sealant. The color that we went with is called Smoke.
Remember, all the short stuff should be for me.
Okay.
On one of our spare logs, we tested a few different colors and a couple different product lines, and for us, we found this to be the best. We will need to apply another top coat within the first 3 years and maintain it every few years after that. From our research, logs act very differently than regular lumber that you would buy at a hardware store. So we chose to spend more money and saved a lot of time by doing even more research than we already did just to find other products to try and save us money. One thing I will say is that if we had chose a solid stain, it's less maintenance going forward. But we just love this color. Just wait to see what it looks like when it's completely dry, as it dries much lighter. Staining the cabin has been a little bit bittersweet. We're happy to get it sealed and protected before the winter, and we're also aiming to have it completely closed in too. But seeing how it looks now, I just want to move in already, and so does Mike. However, we won't be living in the cabin until next year. This is mainly because of lack of time and money. When we started this massive project, neither one of us had a full-time job, and Mike was only thinking about school. Since then, well, most of you know the story. We both work full-time, Mike's in his final semester at school, and we're both ready to not be as busy as we have been. I'm not complaining, I'm just being real, and I just want to go home. Well, we got done with staining the cabin pretty quickly, so we decided to start stacking the wood that we've been splitting from all summer. We are so dirty, but we've stacked all that wood, we've washed the back of the house, we've stained the front of the house, but what do we have to do before we go to bed tonight?
Gotta put on the clear coat.
Clear coat on the front of the cabin. The sun is pretty much off of it now. So we're gonna work on the left side, and by the time we're done on the left, the right side will be full shade. So we're gonna go do that now. Uh-oh. You can't shake it.
With staying, you shake. With everything,
almost.
it's ready.
Try it once more.
Freedom! It's alright. It's a water-based product. Alright, have fun.
is all done. She'll dry, clear, and we chose a satin. So it's not gonna be shiny. It's gonna be a very light sheen. So it still looks a bit patchy because some of it's wet and some of it's dry. This row right here, oops. This row right here isn't part of the house. We have to add a 2x10 in there and then stain that. So we just put whatever stain on it to protect it. So that looks really, really patchy, but that's not part of the job. It's a few hours. Oh my goodness. I am tired. But I'm going to take you to the back of the house to show you where it's at. It's still very, very patchy with wet and dry, mainly where the cracks are. So it's still very patchy, wet, but tomorrow that should be dry, and then we're going to stain, providing it's all dry, we're going to stain on Tuesday. It's Sunday today.